This is Spring Villa Park, and it holds more history than most people realize. I'm in Opelika, Alabama, and today I'm exploring all of Spring Villa Park. From its deep wood trails, its popular campground, and this house which stands at the center of it all. And yes, it is haunted. I am Danny, and welcome to my channel, Dannovator, where my experiences become your adventure. If you like the unique and unusual, then you came to the right place. Remember to please subscribe, and please hit that bell so you'll be notified when I release my next video. Well, let's go explore. Today's the 16th of January, 2026, and our area is expected to get an Arctic blast. So no, I'm not wearing my typical shorts today. This is Spring Villa's new lodge. Looks like it's a great place for weddings and special occasions. Located behind the lodge is the disc golf course. This course is known as The Rock, and here are some of the local vendors. And over here is the graveyard course. And a little bit later in our video, we'll go visit the graveyard. And we're going to walk over here and check out one of the nets. So here's one of the nets. So you throw your frisbee, it gets caught up in the chain, and I guess you could say you score. It looks like the cool thing about disc golf is that you're playing a sport and enjoying the outdoors at the same time. And also near the lodge is the archery range. Well, here's a few bent arrows people had to throw away. Let's climb this tower and get a good bird's eye view of the archery range. And across the road, I heard there's some 3D targets over there, so we'll have to check that out when we walk down one of the nature trails. So the new lodge is going to be a great asset to Spring Villa. Crossing Lee County 148, I continue my walk. Danger, sinkholes in the area, beware. And over to the right is the Caretaker's home. And I want to thank Jeff for his hospitality as I explored today. This park has plenty of places to picnic, with a few shelters and a kids' playground. So the caretaker said if I took this loop trail just a little ways down here, we should find some of those 3D archery targets. It looks like I'm coming up to some kind of old building. It's definitely unique, but it's not an authentic log cabin. Well, let's see if those animal 3D targets are this way. Maybe a place to tie up your horse? I see a deer. And it looks like it's wounded. Here, kitty, kitty. So I just stopped and talked to a couple of locals, and they said to watch out for those wild boars in this area. Off the trail, I just came up to this big pile of rocks. So I wonder if somebody's buried there. You never know. Just off the path, I found this truck. And it looks like I'm getting close to the campground. And you can't have a great American campground without the American flag. By the looks of all the campers, looks like this is a pretty popular spot. Here's the restrooms and probably the showers, but you gotta have the special code. Here's the camper registration office.
And just in case you have too much fun,
And clear!
across from the registration office is some kind of platform. It appears to be a stage for outdoor activities.
David A. Titus Trail. Well, let's go down this trail and see if we can get a glimpse of the creek.
And who was David A. Titus? Well, he had to be famous. Please leave a comment if you know.
Should we cross that way or this way? I think I'll play it safe. I'm going to see if I can find the creek on the other side of this ridge line through the woods. Well, I'm not even going to try to attempt to pronounce this creek's name, but I will put a text at the bottom of the screen. And I was told in the distance over there is where the old spring is located, thus giving the name of this place Spring Villa. And here's an old beaver dam.
Cutting my way through the woods, I make my way back to the park.
And here's the old spring-fed swimming pool.
From what I could find, this pool was built around the 1930s, back when Spring Villa operated as a Boy Scout camp. This appears to be one of two of its old bathhouses. I've also heard that the pool was later opened to the public and that the spring water was as cold as ice.
So here are the pool rules. No one inside gate without paying. No cut-off pants, swimsuits only. No glass on the pool deck. And no spring water.
That's right, no more spring water. Eventually, the spring that fed the pool was disrupted by local rock quarry activity. And without that unique water supply, the pool was abandoned.
And right over here, in my opinion, is the highlight of the park.
This is the Penn Yonge House, built around 1850. William Penn Yonge was a businessman who, in the 1840s, traveled west during the gold rush. But when he returned home, it wasn't gold that made his fortune, it was limestone. Yonge recognized the value of the mineral here and went on to establish a successful limestone operation. That material would be used in the construction and fortifications during the Civil War. This Gothic-style home was built by Horace King, one of the most accomplished African-American builders of the 19th century. King learned his craft under John Godwin, Yonge's father-in-law. This house has a reputation for being one of Alabama's most haunted. I mean, just look at these ghouls. The most talked about story centers around its spiral staircase. Local legend says William Penn Yonge was murdered here on the 13th step, and that anyone who steps there might just get a visit from him. Also, people over the years heard all kinds of sounds, including a piano being played, even though there's no piano anywhere. And let's not forget about those footsteps across these wooden floors. Could this all just be campfire legends? Or do ghosts roam this home? I believe I will skip that 13th step, just in case.
Now we're going to head northwest of the house, over by the lodge, to William Penn Yonge's and his son Joseph's gravesite. The path to the gravesite is located just down the road here. Now that was a bit of an exhausting climb, but their gravesite is located right over here.
Here lies William Penn Yonge, who died in 1878, and his son Joseph, who died in 1880. William Penn's obituary had him dying of consumption, which is tuberculosis. Perhaps his son died of the same ailment. Or who knows, maybe the legend of his murder on that 13th step is true.
And that's why this part of the disc golf course is called the graveyard.
William's wife, Mary Ann, and the two of his other children are buried in cemeteries in Texas. It was his desire to be buried here on this ridge, overlooking Spring Villa, the place he loved.
Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my video today here at the Spring Villa Park. If you did, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. And always remember, your adventure awaits with the Dannovator. I'll see y'all the next time.